What has been the best decision you've made in your life?
Working out helps with so much more than just health and fitness. A gym membership made a significant impact on my life. Getting divorced. Do not, under any circumstances, stay in a toxic relationship because it's easier or because you're scared of being alone. Talking to a girl I saw taking the same train as me to the same school. She is now my fiancée. To go back to college at 23 after being out for over 5 years. I was stuck in shitty retail, pushing carts, and warehouse jobs before, and I knew I could do better. It was hard, but I'm glad I didn't give up. Just got hired as a junior software developer, and I just got a side hustle. I'm gonna make about triple what I made before. Purchasing a good mattress. Get one that is as firm as you can handle. And get a decent pillow. Depending on how much money you can comfortably spend, don't go cheap on the two things you spend about 1/3 of your life on. No more drugs and alcohol. Sucks all the friends you thought you had were just there for the partying, not the friendship. I moved back home mid last year, about a year after my mom died, to be with my dad. Initially, it was because rent was very reasonable at $0. He never learned to cook anything except toast and beans, and didn't really have many friends. I'm an only child too, so he was pretty lonely. I didn't get along with him that well growing up, but your dad is your dad, right? We even started getting friendly for the first time ever after I moved in. We played some board games, watched some TV, and I taught him how to cook and even how to distill rum with me. He died earlier this year, and I'm so thankful I got to patch up our relationship and spend those last few months with him. Just wanted to say, it's going to be very hard, and you're going to have to do some gross stuff like changing diapers or showering them, etc. But you'll forget that pretty quickly and just remember fondly the time you actually got to spend with them after they're gone. No longer letting other people's negative energy control my life, and focusing on the things that make me happy, and only letting people in my life with a positive influence. Learning another language. I can't tell you how many times in college I thought, man, what in the world am I going to do with a Spanish major? But now I use it every day in my job as a banker. Many of my clients speak Spanish and appreciate that I do too. Can't complain about being able to travel and communicate either. Was in a job where every member of our team had been off on stress at some point. Because of my wide skill set, I would have to cover for them. At one point, 80% of the team were off on stress, and I was literally trying to cover for 4 people at the same time. This was during a pandemic where our care homes were hit badly. I was getting shit off my manager every day for not keeping up. I was getting texts of her ranting outside of work hours, pissed off at me for something or another. One time, the graphic designer went on to jury duty. He gave me some of his tasks to finish up as I was the only one with any graphic design ability. My manager found out about this. I thought she was aware already. In front of other staff, she called me a effing shambles. She then left the Zoom meeting before coming back and apologizing for being on her period. I felt like I was going to die if I stayed there. No matter how hard I worked, I was getting shit daily. So I quit. I took 4 months off for my mental health, then took a step back and got quite a low-ranking job at another company to rebuild my confidence. After 18 months busting a gut, I've just been given a promotion with a £10,000 pay rise, which where I live is a huge amount. The company tell me basically how much they appreciate my work weekly, and my relationship with my manager is great. Selling all my possessions and traveling the world. Currently working my way through Australia and seeing the country. It's really tough and lonely at times, but if you meet the right people, you can have the time of your life and make memories that will last a lifetime. Taking up drumming again, filled in a couple gigs with my former band, now I've returned as an official member. My anxiety has declined a great deal and my depression is non-existent. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. I got a dog a couple years before the pandemic. I know I would not have done nearly as well without my companion. Hands down best friend ever. I have 0 experience remodeling houses. I was looking to buy a house 2 years ago and couldn't find anything in my price range until I found a huge house with everything I wanted and more. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, a large bar in the back, amazing neighborhood, and great schools. Downside, needed completely remodeled. Carpet was from the 70s, white walls had turned yellow, Kids had put thousands of holes in the walls upstairs and painted all over their rooms. Spiders leaked from the trim, etc., etc., etc. My girlfriend at the time, now wife, was skeptical. My parents thought it was a horrible idea and it would never get finished. It was a huge job. Paid $365K and now it's finished and worth $700K-ish. Did everything myself. I now have a beautiful house with dark hardwood floors, a bar that seats 17 people in the back, nice yard and room for all the kids. Anytime I've walked away from something, people, job, etc. My family has a bad habit of just holding on to toxic things because of tradition or because of a fear of stepping out. In the end, though sometimes it's hard, it always is worth it for me in the end.
Subscribe for more.